Hello, girls and boys, how's it going? So, Sridhar Vembu, the founder of Zoho, made a comment sometime back and he said software engineers should start looking at alternate careers. Now, the internet completely lost its mind when he made this comment. In this video, let us do something that nobody on YouTube is doing, which is to understand how to dissect these statements that billionaires make, because they aren't usually straight away applicable to you and me. Stay till the end because I'll give you a 3-step framework on how to evaluate and understand things that a billionaire makes. There are a lot of nuances to it. Let's get started. So let me give you the backstory to this. This didn't start with Vembu, it started with Daria, the co-founder of Anthropic, the company that made Claude code. When he was in Davos in early of Jan this year, he made a statement and he said, in the next 6 to 12 months, AI agents will be able to do pretty much everything that a software engineer does. And Vembu replied to that and he said, we need to listen to this man because he creates one of the most powerful coding softwares in the world. And the next day, Vembu tweeted this alternate profession tweet. So there's a progression to this. Now what you need to understand is when a billionaire makes a statement, it is not just a generic advice. There are lots of nuances and layers to that statement. In this video, I'm going to give you a 3-step framework that you can use to figure out what to take away from a billionaire statement. Let's get into it, right? So every time a tech CEO makes a bold public statement, I want you to run it through 3 questions. Just 3. If you do this, you will never panic react to a headline again. Question number 1 is, what are they selling? Because understand this, every CEO is a salesman in the first shot, and every statement that they make is made to serve their own organization. So for example, when Anthropic CEO says that in the next 6 to 12 months, all of a software engineer's work will be done by AI agents, implicitly he is pushing Anthropic as the best agentic company, as the company that makes the best AI agents out there. He's pushing that agenda. When Satya Nadella says that 30% of the code at Microsoft is written by agents, he's in fact subtly pushing GitHub agents, GitHub Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, all of this, and even the OpenAI entire stack. When the founder of LinkedIn says that the 5-year work plan is dead, and then he publishes a book on how to be relevant in the age of AI, he is in fact subtly pushing the LinkedIn's agenda of courses, of their learning modules, all of that. Now understand this. Now I'm not saying that all of these folks are lying. In fact, what I'm saying is that they all have an agenda on what they are saying. They are playing a different game. And if we don't understand the game that they are playing, you end up playing their game and not your game. When Dario says that his engineers do not handwrite code anymore, he's talking about Anthropic, a company which is based in Silicon Valley, which has the top talent in the world, and they are creating the most frontier models in the world. He's not talking about the TCS project in Hyderabad. He's not even talking about the maintenance project in Pune. He's talking about top-of-the-line work. When Vembu talks about an alternate profession, he's talking about it from his context of having a billion-dollar company under his belt and sitting at his village and running all the operations from there. The advice is valid, but it's generic. It is from his context. Is it valid for you, a person passed out from a tier 2 college working in one of the IT services companies sitting in Nasik? Is it even valid for you who's working at a startup in Bangalore? Most probably not. So understand the context and the nuance. The billionaire context is different. Your context is different. The third question, what did they say in the same breath that did not make the headline? Because we all know it. Headlines always miss the nuances. So when this guy Nadella said about the 30% code, in that same breath, he said that these things take not just software but also management change, and that takes several years. Even the LinkedIn guy, when he spoke about the loss of the 5-year plan, in that same interview, he spoke about how empathy, communication, and one-to-one personal connect is important. But that didn't make the headline, did it? Even in Vemburi's case, when he made that alternate career, I'm going to quote what he said, which is very, very interesting. He said, I don't say this in panic, but calm acceptance. The internet kept the panic, removed the calm acceptance. So you see where I'm going with this. So every time you hear a billionaire CEO make a statement, ask the 3 questions. What are they trying to sell? What is their context? And what is the story that didn't make the headlines? If you apply these 3 filters, I can promise you, you will cut through more than 90% of the noise. If you understand this, comment 3 questions and I will know that you're with me. So there are 2 kinds of people who are watching this video right now. One is the ostrich. The ostrich is the person who has the head in the sand and they are going, this AI thing won't affect me. I've been in Java for the last 8 years. The company needs me. Sure, I wish you all the best, my friend. But talk to me, watch me in the next 6 months, 1 year, where things could change very, very rapidly and आपके पैरों के नीचे से जमीन निकल जाएगी, आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा. You will have no clue what happened. So wake up and smell the coffee. The second kind of person is the paranoid. The person who's reading each and every tweet, every article, every nuance about AI and going bonkers in his head. 1 week it is Kubernetes, the second week it is Cloud, the third week it is OpenAI, going all over the place. The fourth week it is even, hey, should I leave all this crap and open a restaurant? खेती कर लेते हैं, वही ठीक हूँ. Or maybe let's do a farmhouse and do Airbnb. They are not sticking at any place and going mental in their head. The real solution is somewhere in the middle. Not to be an ostrich, not to panic at everything. What does that mean? That means whatever you're doing right now, first go deep. Go very, very deep in that area, in your subject matter. Once you get a subsequent depth, then start going wide. What does that mean? If you're a DevOps engineer and you have understanding of how to debug production issues, how the entire CI/CD pipeline works, not just around tooling, how the structure works. I've explained this in a lot of my videos. Once you have that level of depth of understanding, then you start going wide in DevOps. You start looking at SRE, you start looking at platform engineering. What is that? How does it work? What are the rules? What kind of skills do they need? That makes you irreplaceable. And the same algorithm works whether you are a manual tester. Start going from manual testing to automated testing. The days of Selenium and everything is gone. Look at Playwright. Look at how the new AI tools are able to write Play scripts through AI, through prompting. Study that. Go deep, go wide. Now, if this video made sense, be honest with you and make a comment on YouTube saying, so far, have you been a paranoid or an ostrich? I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.